Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to build a model kit and hang out with all of you. I'm throwing the Baer Cave, the leg of the site, the tier 2 blue emote into chat. If you are currently a subscriber, reply with those emotes or just say hi or use other people's emotes. Also, thank Harold for 66 months being a subscriber. That's so many months, Harold. Harold clicked the button right before the stream got underway saying, it's going to be nice in another 3 months. And you're right, Harold. It will be nice in 3 months. It'll be very nice. Lashbrook is here. Hello, Lashbrook. Lord Crashton says, hey, Pat, and is here. Welcome. We got Rubik Dark Will is here. And I'm fairly certain those are Kathleen emotes. Yes, those are Brave New Faces emotes, right? Yeah, faves, not faces. I say the name wrong a lot. Also, hey, Dirty, I'll continue in just a second. But yes, those are emotes from Brave New Faves, a.k.a. My friend Kathleen. We'll give a shout out to Kathleen. And then I'll handle my business about 44 months because we got to give a shout out to Kathleen. And then we got to... There's a shout out to Kathleen. If you're not following Kathleen, she streams on Saturdays on that channel. And also a lot with Loading Ready Run. But on Saturday nights is her night on her channel. So you should check that out. Ghost Valve is here. Also, Dirty, thank you so much for subscribing for 44 months. 44 months is also an incredible amount of months. Thank you very much for your continued support. Means a lot to me. Appreciate you very much. That's so lovely that we had 2 renewals today. Very nice to see. And yeah, Rubik says, but not this week because she is at MagicCon Minneapolis. That's right. But just hit the follow button. So on a Saturday late night, you can go because she also does not archive those videos. If she is archiving them, she does not post VODs and she does not put them up on a YouTube channel. They just exist as they happen. It's like a radio show, although I'm sure her and possibly other people do their due diligence. I don't know if she does her due diligence about creating an archive that just lives somewhere, but I bet some people record them. I bet they do. I don't know. I actually don't know, but I bet a few people probably do. But yes, she's going to be at MagicCon, Minneapolis. MagicCon is more fun to say with some pizzazz. Like, I'll be in Minneapolis for MagicCon. Like, you can say that if you want, but if you say MagicCon, like, that's just better. I don't know. Also, you could just have one C instead of Magic Con, and it could be MagiCon, which is different, but also, I'd go to MagiCon. That would also be neat. I don't know. Hey, I'm building a new model kit tonight. We're starting a real grade that should be kind of ridiculous. Let me explain all of this. First off, you don't know what a real grade is. Real grade is the 144 scale. 1/144 instead of 1/100, which is like a master grade. 144. Harold just cheered 15 bits. Thank you so much, Harold. Just cheering. Thank you for the bits. Appreciate that very much, my friend. A real grade, RG, 144 scale, like a high grade, but very detailed, like a master grade. It's an in between. This kit is from the year, I believe, 2012. Yes, so early on in the real grades, they were kind of figuring out. The Zeta real grade happened. Then they were like, let's make a Zeta 3. To make the Zeta 3, hey Aristophan, happy to have you here. To make the Zeta 3 from the Zeta, we could, if we wanted to, just have it come with like a dozen stickers. Color correcting stickers, right? Because the Zeta 3 is going to look different than the Zeta. So we can just put a bunch of color correcting stickers in there. And they're like, wait. We don't even fucking know what a real grade is yet, really. So let's just get wild with it. Let's print out like different sprues. We'll put it, instead of like 1E, we'll put out 3. So you can get your light gray and your dark gray, your blue or in your red and all that. We'll just put those out and that will like make it very easy for us to know which color we're going to need, right? If we do it like that. So, people just get extra parts. It's fine. It'll be better than stickers. And then, not too long ago, they put out the Karaba version. And the Karaba version is a version of the 3. It's Amoros, but it's a secret. And that has a different color scheme. You decided to look, and turns out why I never heard of the Zeta 2. They got real weird with it. Yes, last week. It's all, the Zeta is a weird thing. But what I was trying to say there is, so because the Karaba is a different kit, it needs color correcting stickers. So the fact that, we'll look at this, so the fact, and the overhead, the fact that they went through the detail of having all of these pieces you don't need, so you don't have to use color, is kind of overshadowed by the fact that it's a different version of it. What I'm saying is, I'm going to have a lot of fucking plastic left over. But it's also going to be a very cool looking kit that does transform, and it has a flight mode, and it does look fucking pretty good. But let's go to the overhead. I'm going to retweet my tweet. We'll look at this kit, then we're going to start working on the kit. And we'll get into all the real grade fun shenanigans, the inner frame, all that stuff. So, go over main. So this came with my kit. This is not the booklet. This is an extra booklet that just shows me where these stickers are going to go. So I got to put them on the jet backpack. I got to put them on the shield jet part. I got to put it on, not the feet, but the legs and throughout. All these stickers have to go in various places. And as we build this kit, we will be adding them because I don't want to build the full thing and then add in all the other stickers just willy-nilly. So we'll go through, figure out where all these stickers need to be as we go. There's nothing on the gun, but as you can see, there's a bunch of stickers that need to go on there. Also, it tells me, hey, you're getting 2 A's. You want to use all of this A, but none of that and that A. And I'll show you. You can see, I went through the process of taking off all of the parts that I don't need. I figured that would make my life better if I just remove the parts that I don't need. So I just went through last night while I was watching something and was just like, okay, so I don't need this and this and this. So let me take those out, but I do need this. So, okay, so I'll keep those. And it was like, okay, I only need these 2 and these 2 on this one. The dark gray or the light gray, and then the dark gray, I only need 1 piece. I need to stress to you, my friends, this didn't come like this. This came full of plastic. I only need 1 piece in dark gray. I just need this 1 piece. I don't need any of this. This box is full of shit that I don't need anything in this box right now for this kit, including this, which was part of A, and I just snapped it off because I don't need any of this shit. I don't need this is all. I do not have enough wristband to build the second kit. No, because I don't have a second inner frame, but I do have enough that if I had another Zeta, I could replace parts of that Zeta real grade with these parts and customize an original Zeta real grade or a Zeta 3 real grade that's not the Karaba version. I could modify that. I don't need any of these fucking parts. But I'm keeping them in case I fuck something up, I guess. I can have something slightly wrong color. And that's also, like I said, here is A with a bunch of parts that I need and some removed. And here is the same A with the other parts. And again, I don't need any of this on this part. They're identical. They're identical. But it's easier to just make them all than to just make the couple pieces that I need on a brand new sprue. So then when I go to fucking I just need this in that one color. Now you have to keep all of it just in case, like every cable you have. Oh God, I'm gonna crash then. I needed 4 of these, so that's nice. And I only needed 4 of these. But I definitely just needed the one in this color, because I can't have the crotch of this kit be the wrong color. So there's that. This doing all this and double checking and triple checking, quadruple checking my work pays dividends for me, because it does mean that I can't accidentally grab the wrong color, and I don't have to worry about the wrong color, which could happen in this original instructions. I could fuck up, and there's nothing on the back of this in case you were wondering. So that's that. So we got our markings guide for these stickers that will live together. And again, when I finish the legs, I'm going to take the legs and look and find the 2 stickers I need for that, 17 and 18, and put our 17 and 10. Sorry, 17 and 10, and I will find those and put those on there. And then I will slowly go through everything that I need, finding them as I complete parts of the kit so that I can put them all in there. And then we do have the same stickers here. We got some different eyes. We can do the clear within our own eyes, or just the one piece with the eyes. We'll probably do the one piece with the eyes, the one sticker, I should say. And we got our accent stickers and all that. And we'll kind of decide as we go exactly what gets used. And then there's some other stickers that we probably won't use a lot of these, because I don't really enjoy adding those in. So that's all there. That is a big explanation, and my apologies for talking so much already before we even got into building. But this preamble felt important, because this kit is weird in a way that I felt like we needed to talk about. Speedball Haro gave me a retweet, which is very kind. Thank you, Speedball Haro, out there. Lord Crashman wants me at the dance button. Here's the dance button. I didn't edit this yet. It's still the original version. I might cut the beginning out a little bit, but here we go. I might skip just to the a little I might do that, I think. I don't know. I gotta listen to it a couple times and figure it out. But I can edit that track, because I think it's too much build. But I want to get to the doot. New dyes are more expensive than plastics as last work. I mean, true. That's very true. But it's just such a waste of plastic. Look, as I said, real greats. They were fucking figuring that shit out. So we do have our inner frames. We're working on the legs here. So we could, if we wanted to, just build the inner frame. But we're not going to just build the inner frame. We're going to build it as we go. So we're going to work on the inner frame parts. We need that. We need the tops and the bottoms of our feet. And yeah, we're starting, weirdly enough, we're starting with the feet and working our way up. This kit does have feet. And we start there. We're working on the ankle unit as it's described here, which is a odd turn of phrase, but true. And we can work on both of them at the same time, which is helpful. So we'll just put those there. Occasionally, these things have little nubbins that we have to take care of. There might be some undergating in this kit, and it also might not be easily recognizable, depending, because it won't necessarily say in English undergate, because it's 2012 and they're not as helpful as I would like them to be. So we'll have to keep our eyes peeled for any undergating, which is also a thing you're going to find in, and I'll try to explain that better if we find any. In a real grade, you're most likely going to have some of that, but it just requires a little bit more work, but it'll actually turn out great. So we'll find out. I hope you're doing well out there, friends. We are going to start tonight's stream conversation here with our, of course, update. We've got an update on Twitter nonsense. Twitter continues to exist as a website. Somewhat surprisingly, there have been apparently more issues with the app here and there, both the desktop app and the mobile app. Some people have been running into some issues here and there. Also, hey, here's an NPR article from 2 days ago that I decided that I was definitely going to share on Thursday. It's 2 days old, so it is old news, but in our ongoing coverage of Elon Musk's nuttery, we must indeed include that Elon Musk was sending emails to a reporter and that at NPR, and basically was like, hey, if you don't start using, if NPR doesn't start using their Twitter handle, we could just give it away to someone else. Which is just like, and there's a wonderful, not accredited quote, of course. The idea shocked longtime observers of Musk's spur of the moment erratic leadership. Because it's just like, what? Handling over established accounts to third parties pose a serious risk of impersonation and could imperil a company's reputation, said social media experts. And then Emily Bell, a professor at Columbia Journalism School who studies social media, had a lovely bit of business here. Yeah, no, Lashbrook, it wasn't just one of his like, hey, Twitterverse, blue fans, should I give away, like if people stop tweeting, should I give their accounts away to people? Access to their accounts away to people. No, this was him saying to a reporter, hey, I might do that. Yes. Yeah, oh, yes, Rubik. We will get there. Of course, this was, I should say, Emily Bell from Columbia Journalism School said, if this is a sign of things to come on Twitter, we might soon see even more of a rapid retreat of media organizations and other brands that don't think it's worth the risk, which I think is a valid conjecture there. No, Lashbrook, direct emails to the reporter that wrote this article. This reporter got emails from Elon Musk being like, hey, I mean, what? This could, like, why don't we do that, huh? And then that reporter was like, I'm going to write an article about that. Last month, NPR effectively quit Twitter after Musk applied a label to the news organization's account that falsely suggested it was state-controlled. That was his big gotcha to certain media organizations, was to say that they were government-controlled or like state-run, basically being like, including PBS and the Canadian Broadcast Corp following suit. Other publications followed suit and stopped tweeting similar labeling. Musk has removed the labels, but the outlets targeted have not resumed public activity. It wasn't just they were like, this shit seems dicey. It was like in a response to him being like, here's a label that says you're state control. This is also, I think, not super important, but I did like this. In an unprompted Tuesday email, Musk wrote, so is NPR going to start posting on Twitter again, or should we reassign NPR to another company? Which is, of course, a fucking threat. Under Twitter's terms of service, an account inactivity is based on logging in, not tweeting. You don't have to tweet, friends. You just log in. Now, they could also change those rules, and perhaps that's why an account that I help run that has not tweeted or logged in a while tweeted something the other day. Perhaps that happened for that reason. Who the fuck knows? But perhaps that's the reason why that account tweeted. Let's see. Musk did not answer when asked whether he planned to change the platform's definition of inactivity, and he declined to say what prompted his new question about NPR's lack of participation on Twitter. Our policy is to recycle handles that are definitely dormant. Same applies to all accounts. This is Musk wrote another email. No special treatment for NPR. As if the weeks that they haven't tweeted was enough. The threat of validation is the latest volley in months-long conflict between Musk and established media organizations since the billionaire purchased Twitter in October. It's only been since October. All of this has only been since October. Twitter CDO has suspended reporters who have published or promoted stories critical of him. Musk has slipped away and at times reissued verified blue check marks to organizations and individual journalists. by recently making verified blue checks available for purchase. Verified in quotation marks. Should stress that's their quotation marks, not mine. That they added the quotations. Goes like this. Musk has created a turbulent social media landscape, blurring the lines for users between what is real and what is fake on the most influential one of the most influential social networks. His interactions with NPRs are about special treatment. Indeed. As is, this is a little editorializing that I do not mind because I do think that it is accurate. As is often the case with Musk, it is not clear whether he will follow through on the threat. Yeah. You didn't have to include that, but I like that you did. Got a former Twitter exec being like, what? NPR just declined to comment further to NPR. Disclosure. This story was reported and written by NPR tech reporter Bobby Allen and edited by business editor Lisa Lambert. Have a good night, Harold. Thanks for stopping in, my friend. And thanks for renewing your sub. Under NPR's protocol for reporting on itself, no corporate office, or official, or news executive reviewed the story before it was posted publicly. Those are good disclaimers to have. This is also, let's see, Musk, whose statements to reporters are regularly laced with jokes, insults, or attempts at trolling, responded sarcastically when asked who would potentially take over NPR's Twitter account. And of course, he made a hilarious joke. National Pumpkin Radio, with a fire emoji and a laughing emoji, described the content of the fictional gourd-themed broadcaster. NPR isn't tagged as government funded anymore, so what's the beef? As if removing that tag was, they'd be like, oh yeah, we're definitely coming back. Now that we're not insinuating anything about us, we're definitely on our way back in. In an email sent at 2:30 a.m. Eastern Time, after the story was originally published, Musk wrote a message without any text in the body, but with the subject line, "You suck." 2:20 a.m. in the morning, just being like, I'm going to reply to this with an email that just says, "You suck." Which is... It's a lot. It's a lot, my friends. Just like an unbelievably unfunny person. Like, the thing you came up with that you were like, and send, was National Pumpkin Radio. And then you included a fire emoji. As if you were like, got him. It's real rough, friends. Real rough. So, Discord is doing a thing. In other tech company news, let's talk about Discord. Discord's doing a thing. They're getting rid of the numbers. The display numbers that you have, you know? The thing that makes you harder to find on Discord unless you want to be found. Because there could be a bunch of Pat Bears, but if you don't know the 4 numbers after me, you can't get me. They're getting rid of those numbers. Display names are being added. How you appear to other users stays the same. And they're doing it in order that you signed up. So there's a chance that someone else could take Pat Baer before I can take Pat Baer on Discord. Which would be frustrating for me. It's a fundamental misunderstanding of what people use Discord for. It's not a big thing, but it is like obviously like, oh, y'all don't get it, huh? Like, I'm in a couple Discords. I don't want fucking people messaging me on those Discords. There are a few people that can message me because I'm a mod on two Discords, and so I do want people to be able to message me there. But I don't. I want to be fucking left alone on Discord. Like, don't find me on Discord, friends. Join my Discord, please, because it's nice. It's a fun time. But don't look for me on Discord outside of my Discord. I have never once tried to friend someone directly without both being in the same server already. Yes, indeed. I got a Discord. I'm putting in the chat there. You can join that Discord. That's a great way to find me on Discord. Is in the place I want you to find me on Discord. The other places I am on Discord, I don't want you to find me there. Ghost Valve says, in the wake of the Bird app trash fire, Discord might be trying to side grade into more of a social app behavior. I mean, it's because they want to use it's AI, Ghost Valve. It's all AI. They want to track data better so they can use stuff. They want better information on the users across Discord so that can better sell information to people that can then put that information into AI. Discord's moves, most of their moves in 2023 are AI related and trying to make money off of AI. Because they know they're not a replacement for Twitter, but they can sell. They want to sell more of our data better. They want to sell better data, I guess I should say. So that to me seems to be the actual reason that they are going against years of their own policy. That, and they're beholden to VC capital and have to make gains. And this is an avenue they can make some gains in. It seems like. I don't know for sure. That's what a lot of their decisions and choices seem like. And some of them are just weird, like soundboards. Like, that's a fundamental misunderstanding of what people use Discord for. People use Discord as a message board, and sometimes there are a lot of people in the same message board at once. But like, the amount of people, like, there's a statistic out there. I think it's like 2% of people use Discord for screen sharing. Like, it's 2%. And then like video calls is like 8% of users, something like that. It's all really low. Primarily, people use Discord to read messages of things they're interested in communities. And that's primarily what people use it for. They don't use it really for the ways that they would like you to use it, which would get them more money. So I think a lot of it is just like, they want you to have more watch parties, and they want you to share your screen more. They want you to do all that stuff because that theoretically will get them more money, because they want you to share more so that you decide you need Nitro so that you can share it better quality, better frame rate, and all that shit. Discord is an app that I am not thrilled to use, but I certainly will use. All right, let's get into some wrestling talk as we almost complete the feat here. We're almost done with the feat here. We just have to put a piece in the bottom, but I just start panelining it. But we can also talk about here. Let's talk about the quiet end of two YouTube shows that I enjoyed. If you're a wrestling fan, perhaps you at some point were like, I miss seeing this wrestler on my TV. They're not really on TV on AEW anymore. I wish I could see them more. And then one of your friends was like, well, you could see them. They're often on Dark on Tuesdays or on Dark Elevation on Mondays. The YouTube shows that AEW runs. They're free on YouTube. You know, maybe you don't have a cable login and you don't want to pay for a fight and then also have, or like borrow a cable login, because sometimes cable logins don't work if you're not in the same location as the person who has cable or any other stuff, and you don't really get to see it, but you're like, I don't know, you can watch it anytime. So maybe you watched AEW Dark or Dark Elevation or both, like me. Those are done. They're gone. The Fight app last Monday said that the best of that aired on Elevation was the last one, and then nothing was said about Dark, and then this week neither aired. No tweets about it. They were too busy talking about all of the money they're making for their one show they're doing in the UK, which is fantastic and good for them. But that was the focus, and not the end of a fun little show, because it was loose. So what was this? It was a wrestling show. Didn't have sometimes a half an hour, sometimes it was an hour, sometimes a little over an hour. It was a chance for folks to try out new gimmicks, new attitudes. You had like Fuego del Sol, like won once on his way to the ring. Oh, his music was low, and he was just pumping up the crowd and talking to the crowd. And he even tweeted about how he was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to do that again, but we wanted to give it a shot. Or Marina Shafir, who has gotten better over the last year and a half from being on Dark and Dark Elevation, cut a promo that was bad. But most people didn't see it, because most people don't watch those shows. So it was a great place to try out that promo. It was a place for people to get wins, like Takeshita's record. Konosuke Takeshita's record is only good because he has won on Dark and Dark Elevation, because he wins and now Ring of Honor. But he wasn't winning on television, he was winning on YouTube. But it padded the numbers. Or maybe someone wants to try a gimmick, and you're like, hey, this is the thing, I want to go with this thing a little bit and mix things up, and can we try this out and do this? Sure. Hey, we have this idea for like Matt Hardy's contract to be owned by Ethan Page, and like he and Isaiah have to come out with Ethan, and like we got this long storyline we can't really do on TV, but like we can build it on TV, but let's do it on Dark and Dark Elevation. It's like, great. Hey, we like this wrestler, and she is in town. She'll be in town in a month when we're in so-and-so. Can we book her and check her out? Yeah. This wrestler's in from Japan and would love to do the show. But we only do one women's match on TV, if at all. So how are we going to use her? Well, we have a Dark taping before that, so we'll do that. And it also, logistically, you can just warm up the crowd. So the first thing they don't see is like a promo at the start of Dynamite. You give them dark. The term dark meant it wasn't recorded. It was in its own little world. It's just they started recording them and putting it on TV. So yesterday, AEW had they did a dark match. We didn't see them. We didn't get to see those dark matches. Those exist for other people to watch. You had to be there, which is the original intention of the whole thing, and it's fine. It's annoying to hear that one of them involved the Best Friends and Rocky Romero, and I enjoy those wrestlers very much. Would have liked to have seen that. It allowed for us to hear from, Dark is great, if only for the fact that Taz and Excalibur are just really goofing around and having a very good time, and that's fun on commentary. We had Daddy Magic, Matt Menard, doing commentary on, and Paul White, formerly known as The Big Show, doing commentary on Dark Elevation, and that was very silly and fun and enjoyable. And for the most part, it's just a shame. It was a fun bit of business that we don't get to see anymore. And I understand. Supposedly, the reason is because there's a third TV show coming to Warner Brothers, going to be on TNT most likely, and the conversation, scuttlebutt is they want exclusive content. They don't want there to be a YouTube show. And that's a shame. To me, anyway. We're done with the legs here. There's no, the feet, I should say. There's no stickers that go on the feet. We don't have to add anything there. I'm going to double check. There's no decals that go on this, realistic decals. No, feet are fine. There's some water slides that go on there, but I don't want to put those on. Great, we can move on. So yeah, I'm bummed out about that. I like those. shows. I enjoyed them. They were like on. I had them on in the background. Also, I was collecting silly names of wrestlers that would do stuff there. And it's a shame that we don't get to see those. They'll probably show up on some Ring of Honor tapings. They will probably show up in the venue, and you'll have to be there. And people will tweet about it and be like, "Oh, I'm at the Dynamite and Rampage taping, and this just happened. There was Man Scout showed up again because they're in the area where Man Scout wrestles. There's a wrestler named Man Scout. All right, we're just gonna work on one leg now. It's leg day here because we finished the feet. Now we're working on the legs. But anyway, I'm bummed about it because I liked both those YouTube shows. They were fun. I don't know. They were neat. And now they're dead. They're gone forever. Why won't this snip apart? Sorry. There we go. All right, so this looks like this. Then this comes down. Great. Working on the inner frame part. We're going to build around the inner frame. And then we'll build it up. We need G. So now I have to pull out every G. Because I know it's not this G. Or this I. Sorry, wrong one. G's over here. G's are the same. So we're okay. I'll figure it out. I'll figure this shit out. Don't worry about it. Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. There is a show tonight. I'm not watching it. I'm going to be watching tomorrow. I'm very excited about it. I really enjoy my time with the Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. I watched an event that happened on Monday, late Monday, so technically Tuesday, that I did not watch live, but I watched it last night. I watched it last night with people in a Discord, not my Discord, a Discord that I hang out with people. I have a lot of wrestling friends in that Discord, and it was very fun. We watched Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling Inspiration. There was a death match. It was a light tube death match, which was really rough. But the thing I want to talk about is Gabi G-chan. Gabi G-chan is a comedy wrestler in Japan. He is a man wearing a mask, a luchador-esque mask, that makes him look like an old man. And he walks the ring hunched over with a cane, and he wears like somewhat traditional old people clothing, like long johns kind of looking gear, but very Japanese traditional. A28. So A28, we know this is the proper color. I don't have to look at my color guide. Wherever I find 28, which I believe is here, A28 is here. A28. 29. A28. I know this is the right color because it's only on this one. So I know that I'm doing it right. So Gabi G-chan is a gentleman wrestling. So like the kind of schlubby loser character Mahiro in Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling had to fight an old man. And this was a comedy match. And this is fucking brilliant to me anyway. This comedy match happened directly before a bloody light tube death match with chairs and light tubes being broken over people and a girl's back being all kinds of fucking bloody and messed up. And right before that, they were like, let's have this wrestler, a girl who always seems to be in trouble. Let's have her fight an old man. And this guy takes forever to get to the ring. I joke that he has an entrance longer than The Undertaker. He takes forever to get to the ring. He almost misses it. He goes down a step like he's going to fall, but then he doesn't fall, and then he just falls. And everyone has to help him into the ring. And it's this whole song and dance. And it's great because the crowd bought into it. Like, they know that's not an old man. They know that's a wrestler. But this old man, or this wrestler, convinces them to boo when she just hits him or when she goes after his back. And it's so fucking funny that they were just like, boo, when she was like trying to win the match, which of course she didn't. I should also point out very briefly that Gabi Jichan also wrestles unmasked as a Japanese wrestler that goes by the name Psycho. All capital letter Psycho. So Psycho and Gabi Jichan are the same person. Independent wrestler going out there doing things. And they were trained, or he was trained, I should say. I don't know if he was trained in the comedy stuff, but he was definitely trained in the just regular wrestling by Taka Michinoku. That's right. He's a DDT guy, not DDT. One of the best wrestlers of the modern era. Taka Michinoku, FMW alum. The legendary Taka Michinoku, great Sasuke's protege, trained Psycho, who then also wrestles as an old man gimmick. It was very fun. It was a good time. That was probably one of my favorite matches of the night. The other ones were just like tag matches that didn't really mean anything. Some of the younger wrestlers getting a chance to get out there and do a singles match. Himori getting a singles win, which is fun. I don't really care too much about Himori. She's got a hippie gimmick, but she's dressed in colors that make her look like an old taxi cab, like this orange and brown that is supposed to, I think, be like hippie dippy. I don't know. She's got a really long braid that she sometimes uses as a weapon, but not enough. It's Himori. I can't be bothered. But she wrestled against the most boring wrestler. Mahiro at least has something going on. She is a good wrestler. Toga, God. I talk a lot of shit about this girl who started wrestling training last year and debuted a couple months ago. But I got no time for Toga. She has nothing going on. No personality. Her gear now has like icicles on it, or snowflakes on it, to play into a little bit the fact that she's like got no personality. And it's just like, how can you be 18 and have nothing going on? What's up? You got any interest, any likes, anything? You got anything going on? No? You got nothing going on? You got a pretty good looking elbow strike? Okay. That's it. Telling you. And it's not the Young Lion stuff. Like Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. When you learn, you just wrestle in black trunks and black boots. And pads. You don't have a gimmick. You don't do anything. You start off as like in there. No. Toga is supposed to be figuring out what her gimmick is as she wrestles. And she's got nothing. And I'm tired of looking at her. I'm being very harsh to this 18-year-old in her first year as a wrestler. I don't love that about myself, but I'm sick of Toga showing up in matches and me just looking at this girl. If you are in a company where the girl that thinks she's a kaiju and a neighborhood superhero and a 2000 teen, a late 2000s, early 2010s mean girl, and a little goblin, and then we got one luchadora. She's a penguin. Like, you can't show up to that party and be like, hi, I'm Toga. I'm a little tall for an 18-year-old. I'm sort of tall. Like, get out of here. Get something going. I am being unbelievably harsh to a young lady that I do not wish ill towards. At all. See? Okay, A17. We need the gray A17. I picked the light gray. We need the dark gray A17. Figured it out, though. We're good. Got the right piece. Because I took the wrong piece out already. But yeah, I know that I am being unbelievably harsh to this young lady who I do not wish ill will to. But I do want her to get her shit together. And come up with a gimmick. Talk to other wrestlers. Figure some shit out. If you've got 4 years on your youngest, because There's a goddamn 14-year-old in Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. I don't love that. There's a 14 and a 15-year-old, and they both are figuring out what it means to have a character. They're both like getting it and figuring it out. She's 18 and should like, I'm not saying like, oh, you're an adult, but I am saying like, hey, you're in a professional work environment with like pros. You got to step it up. Gotta step it up. Can't be wavering on this stuff anymore. Hold on. I gotta find a piece here. There. Got it. There was a piece that I thought was wrong that wasn't wrong. So I had to go and get it. And I got it. Let's see. Other things. Things maybe are not me insulting a young lady. Because I don't need that. Anyway, I like a lot of Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. She didn't get the pin, but technically Arasu Endo. Arasu, love Arasu. She and her tag team got a win because her tag team partner Sumari is gonna fucking lose to Raku this weekend. So, or Rika, not Raku. Rika. She's gonna lose this weekend. So, but she had to get a win in. It's like okay. Let's see. Things that happened. Anything that happened last night on the old AEW. There's some announcements. Saraya beat Willow. Hey, Sheeta shows up, and you're like, oh no, is Sheeta joining the Outcasts, the bad girls, the gimmick that's like, fine. No, she double-crossed them. She swerved them. She's actually with the originals, and she's on the good team. And now the good team has 3 ladies, and the bad team has 3 ladies, and that's enough ladies on good and bad. And so, like, now Britt and Jamie aren't going to be outnumbered. Even though because everyone's like, wait, aren't there too many good ladies now? It's like, no, don't worry. Those other ladies... I bid on that heel turn real hard. Yeah, last Rick, I did also, for a second there, I was like, all right, that doesn't make any sense. But this whole segment, none of this makes sense. So I guess Sheeta's showing up as a heel because she, like, doesn't like Britt Baker, I guess. But then, like, Saraya chose to tag with Tony instead of tagging with Sheeta, so like I could also understand her being mad about that. And then when it turned out that was a fake out, I was like, oh, okay, good. That sounds good. I like that. Now, do I want more for my girl Willow Nightingale? Of course I do. I always want more for Willow. I love Willow. Willow rules. We're not, Willow's destiny is to probably beat Athena at some point. It was not to be in this storyline, which sucks because that means that she just loses matches. All the time. And I know somebody's got to lose, but, sometimes you just want it to be people that aren't the ones that you like. There was a Tres de Mayo, the 3rd of May, Battle Royale, because tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo tomorrow for all who celebrate. Happy May the 4th today to all who celebrate. But yesterday was, of course, Tres de Mayo. And for whatever reason, the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn won. And that felt weird. Because the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn eventually going to take, like, this thing didn't really mean anything. Like, maybe they get a title opportunity at the Trios titles, but they didn't actually say that they were going to get that. So I'm not quite sure what this was for, but it was weird. I'll say this. Some people don't like to hear this. I don't think wrestlers in their 50s should get title opportunities in AEW. I think AEW, one of the reasons AEW really stands out as being a fantastic company is the amount of young, awesome, incredible talent in their company. And yes, they do have Billy Gunn, Sting, Jeff Jarrett. They've got some old guard that are active wrestlers. In the same way that I don't necessarily think Billy Gunn should be involved in a title opportunity for the trios belts, I don't think Jeff Jarrett should be getting a second chance at the World Tag Team titles for AEW. It's like, but it's funny. The things they're doing are funny. It's like, yes, they are. You want to use Jeff Jarrett on screen and have him be funny? You can do that, I guess. But I don't need them. Also, I hope they're not going up against the House of Black, because the House of Black are baby faces. And maybe they'll boo, but I feel like more likely they're not going to boo anyone and feel very conflicted. And it could have been the Butcher and the Blade and Kip Sabian. Kip and Butcher and the Blade versus the House of Black could be fucking rad. But we're not getting that, probably. I didn't think this mattered that they wanted to make a thing with Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, no, Lord Lashbrook, that's right. Most likely, this has no significance to anything. This is just because they were like, oh, let's do something with trios because we're probably going to do something for Cinco de Mayo for Dynamite, but let's also do something like on that night. Even though they only had one lucha team. And they were like, Cinco de Mayo, here's our one lucha squad. Vikingo with, it's like, because Pac is still parts unknown, so it won't be Death Triangle, it'll be Vikingo mixing it up with the Ring of Honor tag champions. It's like, I don't mind that, but it was weird to have the Acclaimed and Billy. Congratulations to the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn. You are apparently with your victory over Jake Hager and 2.0, you are apparently out of the JAS hole. You have gotten rid of, you have somehow managed to escape the Jericho Appreciation Society, which will claim us all one day. One day, everyone watching this right now will be stuck in a very long feud with someone from the Chris Jericho Appreciation Society, because again, they come for us all. Someday it'll happen to you. They managed to be in there for a very short period of time because it looks like they're done with that, which would be great for them. Oh yes, Chris Jericho. Yeah. There's a fake, on purpose, bad leak of the wrestlers that are going to be on this AEW collision. It's better if it was collusion. AEW Collusion, way better title. A Collision. There was a list going around with fake names on it, and one of the fake names were on purposely misspelled names like Chris Jericho. And people that don't work for the company, as if they were suddenly going to appear. Like, no, Tama Tonga is not showing up. He might, but I don't think he's showing up just randomly and suddenly in the group. Yeah, it was a lot of weird, like, insidery nonsense in that thing. If you didn't see it, it's okay. You don't have to. Yes, because he becomes bored again. I would be kind of interested in Tama Tonga and Tegaleo in AEW. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, Lashbrook. Yeah, I get that. I think they should have a hiring freeze because they have too much fucking talent. Especially with, hey, what about the talent that you only show up on your your YouTube channel that you don't, now you don't post those videos anymore? Why not put some of those people on TV? Have them lose very quickly to Will Hobbs or Wardlow. Also, I don't want to see Wardlow versus Christian. Talking about old men that I don't need to see a TNT. I don't need Christian in the running for the TNT title. I'd much rather see Luchasaurus. And you're like, well, Pat, of course you're going to see Luchasaurus eventually. This is getting you to Luchasaurus versus Wardlow. And it's like, yeah, I get that. I mean, I do get that part. But also, I don't need to see Christian wrestle. Christian wrestled Jungle Boy and got put in a casket and sent to hell. And he didn't stay in hell long enough, in my opinion. But also, like, that to me is definitive on him as a wrestler in AEW. I just don't need it. I still love Super Shredder Luchasaurus. Lashberg, I'm not disagreeing with you there. I do think this current gear setup for Luchasaurus is very good. I am a fan of it. No bones about it. I'm into it. But I'm just saying. Wait. Ooh, I put this on upside down. I was like, why is this not fitting right? It's because I wasn't doing it right. And that goes in like that. Okay, so that goes like that. And then this goes here. Reminder that this kit does have a flight mode, so there will be some transformations that have to happen. And so some of this might be because of that. Some of this me feeling weird. Also, this kit is, it's only 11 years old, but real grades have come a long way from this era. So there also could be some shenanigans with this because of that. All right, that's done. That part's done. This is done here. This kit's going to take a while, folks. Like, the feet didn't take too long, but, like, there are a lot of layers. There's a lot going on in this kit. So, like, it is probably going to take a little while to assemble all these components. Because it's just a lot to do. Let's see. Also, we're going to get, like, Hobbs and, like, QT versus the brothers, our ROH tag team champions, tomorrow, which is, like, fine. Like, that's fine. That's a fine matchup. That seems okay. It's weird to have the Lucha Brothers, like, they both lost to Will Hobbs when he had the TNT title, but they're probably going to beat him in a tag match, because it would be weird for the Ring of Honor title or champs to lose a tag match. Probably weird. It could happen. I don't know, but it would be weird. It's just very funny. It's just like, what's the big difference there? Oh, now we have belts, so we don't lose. But before, you had a belt, so we couldn't beat you. It's like, oh, okay, sure. Any other thing in the world of wrestling here? There was a pre-tape that I didn't particularly care for, but people seem to like. But yeah, I'm trying to find the Blackpool Combat Club had a promo that was fine. They were what they were. I don't know. I thought that was a pretty good episode of AEW Dynamite, but it wasn't like my favorite episode of AEW Dynamite. I think there have been better episodes of AEW Dynamite out there. All right, I'm going to get the parts out that I need here to finish up this, or not this leg, but another section of this leg. Won't finish it up. That's what I meant to say. And then we'll take a pause for the call to talk about ways you can support the channel. Then we got some anime to talk about on a Thursday, and then we'll get into some video game conversation because I played a demo of it. Or no, I have not played it yet. I downloaded a demo of a video game that I did not play. I have till the 15th to play that demo, so I will play it at some point. I'll be talking about that for Saturday because I didn't know it was available until like right before I was doing this. I was playing a different video game, which I had a lot of fun playing. Talk about that in a bit. Oh, also, I should see if people voted on my Patreon poll. I meant to check that earlier, and I didn't. Did anybody vote on my poll about what I should do next Tuesday? Let's see. We got 2 votes for CPU versus CPU matches in WWE 2K23, and 1 vote for Pat Watches Wrestling. So probably going to do one of those next week, and the other we'll probably do later in the month. But then I'll also going to remind myself that I need to send out a like, hey, if you haven't, vote. But also, if you're a patron over on patreon.com/PatBaer, and you're in the $3, $5, or $10 tier, you can vote on what I do next Tuesday. It will either be, probably, I mean, it could be the third, suddenly the other option, but most likely it will be one of two options. Pat Watches Wrestling, where I show old wrestling that I really like, or I show some new CPU matches versus CPU matches, or CPU versus CPU matches in WWE 2K23. I will tell you, I've been downloading some fun new characters, and I'll tell you one of them, He-Man. I downloaded a He-Man that looks really fucking good. And also a movie, martial artist and gun expert. I'll give you that tease. So it should be pretty good. Should be pretty good. But yeah, we'll probably get more of that. And then also there's a game coming out this month that hopefully I'm getting a code for. And then I will play it on, I guess, like the 23rd. That's my hope. My hope is I'm getting a code for that game that comes out on the 18th, and I'll play it on the 23rd. I don't know if I'm going to get a code for it, but they have given the last 2 games that this company has put out, I have received codes for. So my hope is they'll get that. And as we get closer, I'm going to email and just be like, hi, you sent me this, and I've streamed it, and I'm very interested in streaming this game. Because this seems neat, and I think my viewers would like it. Also, I should say that company sent me a game once. I just tweeted about how I liked it, and I got added to their list as a streamer. And I was like, oh, shit, all right. Because WWE 2K23 was gifted to me by a friend and viewer, which is lovely. Jackbox 9 was sent to me by an employee of Jackbox, who was very kind, and friend, Rich Gallup. And then I have been gifted on stream. I think I've only been, there's like two or three games. Harris sent me a couple games when he was still working at Finji that I was a teenage exocolonist, and we'll go to this one here. And Tunic, I was gifted those. I always like to say when I'm gifted things. And then an airport for aliens currently run by dogs. I was sent a code for that game. And then I was also sent another code for another game by that company that I did not play because I did not think that y'all would enjoy the Space Organ Trader. I didn't want to play that game. I was happy to get a code for it. I was grateful. But I basically said, like, oh, I don't think I'm going to end up streaming that. And so I don't know. And then they had another game that I know I wouldn't want. So I didn't end up asking for that code. But I will ask for this other game because it looks neat. Now is the part of the stream, friends, where I'm going to tell you ways you can support this channel. Everything I'm about to tell you here are optional. You don't have to do any of these things, but if you'd like to, it will be fucking rad. If you are currently a subscriber to the Build-A-Bear Workshop, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe. If you're a Rista fan, you're a Tier 2 subscriber, you can throw those emotes in the chat. Being a subscriber gets you those emotes. It means you don't see ads, which is nice. But you also get these cool emotes made by my friend Xandra, and it's very fun to be able to share those. So please share those. I love seeing, like, look, do I enjoy seeing little cartoon versions of me in chat? Yes. But I also like seeing Xandra's hard work showing up there. So if you're a subscriber, you can throw those in there. Being a subscriber is probably the easiest way to support what I do here because it's just $5 a month through your Prime gaming token. If you have Amazon Prime link with Twitch, you get that token. You can use it for anybody. Use it for me. Or you could jump in by just doing the old cash money like we had tonight with Dirty and Harold, who resubscribed, which is very kind of them. You could gift a sub. John and Omega 9X are gifted subs this month, which is very kind of them. The reason we're at 40 subscribers right now is because of their generosity. So thank you to John and Omega 9X for gifting subs. You could join the gift sub leaderboard. You could do it anonymously or get credit and join that leaderboard. You could also join in with the bits and coins. You could cheer like Harold did tonight Harold is now at the top, the only person in the cheerleader board with 65 cheer, which is very kind, very nice. Sorry, got an itch, taking care of it. So that's the easiest way, right? Jumping in on my Patreon, seeing what, or that's another option. You can jump on my Patreon if you want to. I got a Patreon at patreon.com/PatBaer. Talked about it earlier, how there's voting that I want to still see happen. You could jump in there. There's a $1 tier, a $3 tier, a $5 tier, and a $10 tier. If you are in the $3, $5, or $10 tier, then you can vote on what I do next Wednesday, or next Tuesday, I should say, for my bonus stream. I just talked about that tonight. You get stuff early in the $5 and $10 tier. $10, you get to vote, so you can decide what I build next for my backlog. And what else do I got? What else do I got to say? I have other things to say. I have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/PatBaer. You can join my YouTube. Jump in over there. Subscribing is free. Please subscribe if you haven't already over on my YouTube. But also, if you wanted to, hey, you become a member there. $2 a month. That's all a membership is on YouTube. And you just get my Wednesday videos on Tuesday. So every Wednesday I put up a new video in a series, and every year it's a different series. This year is a series called Baerly Rehearsed, where I put some effort into some rehearsal. So you can watch that. Check that out if you wanted to. It's pretty okay over there. I just want to check one thing real quick. Sorry. Just checking to see how this ended up doing in one day. Let's see. Oh, yeah, a few people have watched that. Good. That's good. But yeah, you can become a member there. Now, all those things I just mentioned are monthly ways to support me. But what if you just want to help me out once, like a one-off? And you're like, Pat, I cannot do a monthly membership, but I would like to tip you now and again. Well, you got options. I got my PayPal, I got my Stream Elements, and I got my coffee. So you can jump over there, donate that way. Everything I make through direct donations, through YouTube, which includes AdSense, so watch my videos, through Patreon and through Twitch, all goes into a fund, and I buy model kits with that fund. So this kit, I pre-ordered, the kit that I'm working on right now. I could not have pre-ordered this kit without your generosity. I just pre-ordered a kit last night as well. I have a couple more kits that are pre-ordered because of generosity. Those go in the backlog. They get built whenever it gets voted on. But if you want to say, no, I got something for you to build, Pat. Hop over to my Amazon wish list. Pick up something off the wish list. It'll jump the queue and become the next thing that I build. And I'll make a dedicated video about it. I've got Lego sets, inexpensive Lego sets, including like this motorcycle kit. It's like $15. It's a 3-in-1. That'll be great. I'll be able to build 3 different cool vehicles out of that. Bunch of different stuff. Inexpensive kits, expensive kits. Kits that have free shipping, kits that don't have free shipping, some Lego stuff like a Fast and Furious car. That's fun. The Nissan Skyline GTR. I'd love to build that kit, Lego set. But yeah, I got model kits, a bunch of stuff from Witcher Mercury, a bunch of older kits that I would love to build that you could pick up there, and then I put together. And some gear because it's nice to have options, and maybe you just want me to have a comfy chair. You want to spend some money so I can get a cool comfy chair. You could do that. So I'm not using the chair that I'm currently using, which I don't particularly love. Let's see. Are there other things? Yes. I've got a throne wish list. That's different from my Amazon wish list because it's nice to have an alternative to Amazon. So we got that there. And then also you can always just go to USA Gundam store and buy a gift card. You'll get a gift card code, and you can use that gift card code by sending me a DM on Twitter or a whisper on Twitch because my DMs are open. If you got a message, you're like, hey, Pat, check this thing out. You could just do that. I bought you a gift card, and then I would be like, oh, sweet. And I'd buy something from USA Gundam Store and make a dedicated video for my YouTube channel and have it jump the queue, of course. I mentioned it before, but I got a Discord. If you don't want to spend any money, but you want to support me, join my Discord. It's full of lovely people. You're welcome to hang out there. A couple video links for you to check out. Pat Baer's Anime Club, ongoing video series. Every other week I put up a new episode. This most current one is my recommendations for this season. Yeah, if you're interested in checking out some shows this season and you don't know where to start, maybe my video would be helpful to you. And of course, Baerly Rehearsed is a ongoing video series I mentioned before, where I am writing some comedy pieces and rehearsing it a couple times before I hit record. So it's not just like improv and it's not just me reading a thing. This most recent one is me trying to replicate a phenomenon on TikTok that I don't understand. People like read stuff like personal essays, but it's only half the screen and the bottom screen is like an endless runner and like one particular kind of endless runner. And I don't quite like, I know that it's attention spans or it's because it became popular so then other people copy it. I just kind of made that one of those videos because I don't understand why those videos are popular. And I just like talked about the difference between wants and needs. I like wrote an essay about the difference between wants and needs, and I'm just reading that while a game happens below me, and I respond to that. It was one of those things where like I kind of just had in my head that I wanted to do it. I don't know if it's particularly hilarious or not. I think it's funny. I just don't know if it's hilarious. But I was like, this is a weird thing. I kind of want to make this. And that's it. Of me plugging things. So now we're going to get back to working on this. We're going to finish this leg, finish the fight on this leg, and start the other leg. But we got to talk about some anime, and I desperately need to drink water. So I'm going to do that. We'll dramatically transition back to the overhead in just a moment while I drink some water right now. All right. Let's talk anime. I got a cheat ability in a different world and became extraordinary. Even in the real world is our first anime to talk about. And I am proud to announce, everybody out there, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, the best character in I got a cheat ability in a different world and became extraordinary, even in the real world, has arrived. That's right, Knight, the Fenrir, the black Fenrir pup, who, when he is in the real world, just kind of looks like a dog. Because Knight can go to the real world and just looks like a little puppy dog. But also, basically, comes across Fenrir, whose parents in there was a monster attack, and this is it. This is it. So, because Yuya is just a straight up top tier good boy. Yuya's just like, do you want to come with me? And yes, it does. And of course, our dog Fenrir here, our pup, is very strong, very smart. Fucking picks stuff up real quick, gets it, understands, and is of course also goddamn adorable. So Yuya, the handsome man who's not used to being handsome still, when he's walking around with the dog he names Knight, in the neighborhood, people are just like, "Hey, what's up?" Like when whispering and be like, "What's up with this hottie and that very cute dog?" And then they end up meeting, unfortunately / fortunately, we don't really know yet, Kaori and Miyu, the girl that like opened up doors for him to go to a better school and have a better high school life, and the model that he ended up helping out, who both have crushes on him. They meet, and that's a little awkward. But then later, right in the park, there's an armed robbery, and you're like, Pat, like, yes, this person's upset, but why did this dog and this young boy get involved? Well, this guy stole a bag from an old lady. He was brandishing a knife, and he's just like running through this park with a knife. So, and then he tries to fight Yuya, and that doesn't work out. So anyway, Knight, the black Fenrir, and Yuya take care of that guy, and everyone's just fucking psyched about it. And then it turns out, hey, also, not only could this dog help fight petty crime, armed robbery, I should say, also, this dog, Fenrir, is really strong and can just whip the asses of monsters very fucking easily. And they fucking kill a crystal deer. in one of the most beautiful looking monsters in the whole thing. This big old mythical beast. This thing had, if I remember correctly, fire and ice powers, or water. Yes, okay. And then it leaves a cool item behind, the ability for Yuya to instantly have a hot bath whenever he needs it, which may come in handy later. And it's a weird thing that just kind of shows up, but I guess it adds to the whole like mysteriousness of all of the events of this thing. But yeah, pretty great. A fun episode. Also, should say in another trip, because we're gonna get back to like the princess and the real world stuff and all that. But like before we do that, we do have to go into a cave. They find a mysterious cave, and they find a skeleton. Now, obviously, we remember from this that Yuya found this doorway to a different world that he doesn't quite understand what's going on with that. You know, he finds this doorway to another world, and he also shows up, and while you know he's there, there's a house in this like forest and this collection of weapons, and it's like something weird. Like somebody set all this up. Well, maybe it was this person that set all this up. Sorry, I gotta put this part in the wrong. Wait. I was putting this in the wrong spot. I figured it out, friends. Don't worry about it. I was doing it wrong, but now I'm doing it right. So you don't have to worry. I was like, why is this not working correctly? It's because I was doing it wrong. Which is not always the case, but it's sometimes the case with me. Where I'm like, I think I'm doing this wrong. And it turns out I fucking was. I was doing it wrong. All right, so then this goes like this. And then this goes like that. Anyway, they found this cave, and they find a skeleton of ostensibly the person that, you know, set all of the house and all that. And it's labeled the Book of the Sage. Mysterious. So we'll learn more about that. I know about it because I've read the manga. But yeah, again, a very light, very easy. I would say this is probably the better series to watch over the Aristocrats, you know, second, you know, reincarnation. Those are the new isekai that I'm watching like the most of, that are traditional overpowered main character in a fantasy world style show. This one's probably better of the two if you wanted to just try one out. Although maybe you just want to go back and watch the first season of Kuma Baer as you prepare for, to watch the second season, which is happening right now and is great. Oshi no Ko. I still don't fucking know if I like this show. It's compelling, but I don't know if I'm enjoying it. The first three, the first episode, which was the hour and a half pilot, was so like dense and compact with stuff, and now it's like I'm still not sure if this is the show that, like, I don't know. Anyway, so our boy Aqua is hunting down for the murder, the person that, not the person that committed the murder, but the person that like set up the murder of his mother / the idol that he loved before he was murdered by the same person. He's trying to figure out, he thinks it's probably his father that set all this up, so he's trying to figure out who that is. Okay, so this is going to go this. Yeah, that goes like that. All right, I got that. And then this goes like this. Hell yeah. We still have so much more to do on this leg. This is gonna be a project. Like, cause even like, it's not like it's gonna be faster now that I've built one. I just know how to do it. Let's see, H35. Anyway, so Aqua has been working on. Aqua kind of got back into the acting world to be on this kind of shitty show with this girl Kana, who, when they were younger, wanted them to be rivals. And she's been kind of struggling on this bad show, and he overhears that the director knows that, she's slumming it, and he's made all her promises how he's going to help her career. He has no plans to do that. He is just using her. But now our dude knows that, so he can manipulate the situation, which he does. 21. So he uses his skills to set up a scene for Kana by changing up the scripted performance, and even the lead actor, who is shitty, but he's just good looking, he like riles him up and kind of like forces him to emote and be a good actor. So that he hopes that the people that are still watching this bad program will see, will see how talented Kana is. And then the director, the other reason he was actually there was to find out if this director, who knew his mother in the past, to find out if that was the father by like taking these cigarette butts and analyzing the DNA against his DNA. He is not the father. So Kaburagaki isn't his father, but he knew about someone that I had been spending time with in secret, and he offers Aqua the opportunity, like the information. It's like, well, I can share that information with you if you do this reality dating show that I'm producing. Which obviously Aqua would prefer not to do, but he does need information. So maybe. Let's see. Sometime later, they're actually going to their first day of high school. Aqua befriends a student who is a pinup model, Minami. And let's see. Also, there's a famous entertainer named Frill, who is a member of the class. What's her name? Oh, Ruby. Ruby is interested in, is a big fan of. Aqua meets Frill, and Frill recognizes both Aqua and Minami from the things they've been in. So it's like a lot of like, it's like, oh, okay, you're also a professional like me. Cool. Ruby, nobody really knows Ruby out there professionally, so she feels self-conscious about that because like she's not getting recognized, but her idol, the girls she likes, knows them. She wants to form an idol group, but to Miyako, the woman that raises them, that has started an agency, or the person that started the agency, I should say, like, hey, we, it's hard to get a whole idol group. Like, I know you want to do well, but that's like a lot. And then Aqua suggests that they recruit Kana. And that's where we leave off. And again, friends, I'm kind of just like matter of fact, like stating what, like, I assume we're going to get more murder mystery. Like, this is a supernatural show, like, and there was action and sadness and like silliness, and like now we're just like in the world of what it means to be an idol and working in entertainment, and that's interesting. But I don't know if it's more interesting than like this like cat and mouse game about this doctor who got reincarnated as a teen or as a baby, and is now trying to figure out who murdered his mother / the person that he really liked as an idol. And yes, I am intrigued by the idea of like him coming to terms with the fact that he was a talented child actor. Like, it's fucking really interesting that he was a talented child actor who, but the reason why he was talented was because there's an expectation of child actors of the fact that he could like read and say lines and be competent and confident is just because he's a reincarnation. But now he's at the point where there's expectations of him that are way higher. And also, he doesn't care about that life. He's not doing it to become famous. this is a means to an end for him. And of course, that end is figuring out who his father is, because he suspects that his father is the person that set I's murder up, like the situation both times, for this person who should not have known how to contact I or where to find I, and it was most likely the father. So all of that, I don't know if Oshi no Ko is really interesting. I don't know if I'm enjoying the time I'm spending with it. I'm gonna watch the next episode, but I'm not confident that this is a show that I'm gonna finish this season. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not confident that this is gonna end with me talking about the last episode at the end of at the end of term. Like, I don't know. When I do my recaps at the end, like, I don't know if I'm gonna be like, and that was that was the conclusion of, like, I just don't know. I might. But I don't know. And then we'll talk about Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts. This was another one that, like, I only said was like a maybe as far as recommendations, because it was still early when I recorded that video, and there had only been one episode, but I liked it. I still like it. So there's that. I'm still into it. All right, and then H25. H25 is right here. Great. All right, so Seraphi is being given lessons on the Kingdom Beat. Like, she's never had a proper education. Remember, she was raised from birth to be the future sacrifice, so that her older sister did not have to be the sacrifice. So she was not raised with love. She was not raised with kindness. She was not raised to be educated. So the Anubis just ends up giving up because she's just not good at studying. Like, she just doesn't have the skill set. He probably work harder, but he chooses not to. So that doesn't go anywhere. But in conversation, as I panel line this, I'll talk about what's going on here, because we got to do gray on the white pieces, black on the gray pieces of this leg, of the many layers. We'll just do gray on this, and there's plenty of room for panels. There will be stickers that have to go across this, but I will put the sticker over the panel lines because I want to start with the panels. There's plenty of gray. This is a kit that really wants to be panel lined. The scrying on this is very detailed and good. So there's plenty of places for my marker to go. Which rules. There's also some undergating that I didn't quite take care of that is a problem. So I'm going to take care of that right now. Just realized. So apparently, hey, guess what? Leonhardt, the King of Beasts, has not really taken a vacation in a long time. Doesn't really, not a guy that takes time off. So she asked, like, hey, why don't we go through, like, the castle town? Why don't we, like, go out and you can show me around? So he disguises himself. He disguises her as a beast because obviously a human can't walk around there. They have a very good time. They help a lost child find their mother. They're seeing the sights. They're mingling with people. It's fucking great. But then Seraphi starts to feel really sick and really faint, and her disguise falls off. And then immediately people are just like, there's a fucking human. Now, she is a tiny little thing, but still, prejudice run deep, and it's understandable prejudice. So, it's like, yeah, you get it. You get it. Because they've been so mistreated by humans for so many years. Lifetimes, really. So then they have to escape away, and she faints completely, and the doctor is just like, yeah, you took her out into castle town. She shouldn't be exposed to this much miasma. Like, what are we doing? Like, yeah, she's not going to be well. And then after some time, Seraphi wakes up, and she is in a human town, in the care of a physician and his wife. and they were left with gold to treat her and a note in a language they can't read. They have no idea what this says. Uh, and she doesn't know, she doesn't know if she assumes she was abandoned, but she doesn't know what happened. She can't read the note either. So she ends up just like working for them and kind of becoming their assistant and like in many ways suddenly leading a life she always wanted. She's useful and people are looking out for her and she's surrounded by humans and people are taking care of her and being nice to her, and it's kind of like, this could be the end of the series. This could be a somewhat happy ending for her at least. And then people discover that she's supposed to be the sacrifice, but she's still alive. And because she was staying with the physician, they like trash the clinic and attack him for harboring her, and she has to flee. They got to kick her out. But then Leonhardt shows up in his human form, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, the note said that like I was coming back for you. It didn't occur to me really. I didn't quite get that they wouldn't be able to read it. But yeah, the note said I had to go find the ring that will protect you from miasma. So now she wears this ring and she'll be protected by the miasma, and she kind of considers it a wedding ring because they are going to get married. But that ring is mostly just for her protection. So I thought the backgrounds in the human town were beautiful. I think that the human village, I think this animation quality is top tier. It's beautiful looking. Again, the backgrounds are just gorgeous. This is still a really engaging, interesting show that I'm really liking, and I don't regret the casually optimistic, like, hey, this might be pretty good because the first episode was so strong. The recommendation that I gave previously about this, I stand by. I still think this is a very good series, and I'm very much enjoying it. So, yeah, I would. Let me just put this, sorry, little tiny pieces. I'm trying to protect them so they don't fly around. I would recommend Sacrificial, Princess and the King of Beasts. I think it's pretty damn strong. Now is the part of the stream where I want to hear from you, friends. What are you watching? What are you engaging with? What are you playing? I downloaded a demo that I have not tried yet. I will be trying it tomorrow, so I can talk about it on Saturday, or maybe I'll play it on Saturday too. But Demon School, one word, Demon School, which is the next game from Necrosoft Games. The demo is available until May 15th, so you might want to check that out on PC. On Steam, I have downloaded the demo. I have not tried it out. I will try it out soon, so I can talk about it. But I did want to say, hey, that demo's out. I've been playing Hearthstone. On Tuesday, I streamed Persona 4 Golden. I have continued my playthrough. I am currently, I have done a bunch of quests in that, and I am currently trying to save Rise right now. Rise, we've met briefly, and she has been kidnapped, and so now I am in that stage trying to save Rise and making that happen. So I'm slowly going through all of that. And Persona 4 Golden with mods continues to be fun. I still have not been able to fish. I'm hoping that soon I can. But I made enough cabbage for the lady that wanted cabbage, which was good. I have... the dog has gone home. The cat has had one baby and is about to have a second baby, because that's why the cat wanted all that fish, was to store up energy to have kittens. So I have accomplished that. I have given a sticker to the boy that wants to make friends, so that the fox will be happy. And hopefully that kid will soon show off that sticker and make friends. I'm going to hopefully find that out soon. I have maxed my relationship with Nanako. I have maxed out. We are ranked 10 with Nanako. I also have ranked 10 with Chie, who is the canon girlfriend in the series. And that is a romantic relationship. She has been over to my house and sat on my couch. And that's going good. Also, I can now, I don't probably show that, I can now ride my scooter to the city where the movie theater is and the bookstore. Not the bookstore. There's a bookstore, and there's been like one quest there. So I have gone there, and then I've had to go there to buy something for another quest. So I'm doing some quests and having a good time in that. And I am still very much enjoying my time with Persona 4 Golden. I'm also, because I am cheating, I am starting to cheat my way through the Margaret task where I have to show her particular persona with particular skills. So I am doing that so I can because I can just put those in my party. So I'm slowly starting to rank that up because I want to get more slots so that I can have more persona when I'm hanging out with people. I haven't started hanging out with Kanji yet. I need to start hanging out with Kanji, but I haven't been able to social link with Kanji quite yet. But I would like to. I want to hang out with my boy because it would be fun to hang out with him because he's great. So hopefully soon I'll be able to start hanging out with Kanji. Also fishing. I want to start fishing. And you're like, Pat, how did you have enough fish to feed the cat twice if you aren't fishing? Well, because I'm cheating. I just put a bunch of trout in my inventory slot so that I had it. Because you can just... I'm just cheating in the game. Let's see. Lord Crashington started Redfall. And that sure is a game you could play. Yeah, I would say that's not a game that you spend $70 on. But if you have Game Pass... maybe you even want to get Game Pass for a month to try it out. That might be worth trying out just to see what's up. But that does not seem like, from everyone I have talked to, all over the place, that does not seem like a game that you should spend $70 on. Ghost Valve is trying Pokemon Infinite Fusion again. Got back from Guardian 3 earlier. Was good. Oh, Guardians 3. Oh, nice. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Drink a little more water here. Sorry. Oh, nice. More gardening. That's good. I need to get more gardening done too. I got to start getting some rope up, twine up, so that the tomato plants can grow up instead of falling over. And then Riskfan says, "I'm loving Jedi Survivor. I am glad you're loving that. I have heard very good things about Jedi Survivor. Obviously some of it feels a little odd, like it starts with this cutscene, like a long cutscene with a bunch of characters, and you're like, what happened to everybody I like, though? And no spoilers, but you start with a crew of people, and you're like, oh, that's weird. And then things happen to them. Things happen. But yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Fascist killing simulator, indeed. Just going around, taking care of business. Having a mullet and a beard, or neither, whatever. Killing a bunch of beasts so that you can get a new haircut. I do want to pick up Jedi Survivor eventually after Zelda. Hell yeah, Lastbrook. I mean, priorities. I understand. You got Zelda coming out. For me, it's just the games I've been playing until the end of May, where I'll have a game that I want to check out, an indie game, as I said earlier, that hopefully I will get a code for. Again, don't know for sure if that's going to happen. I am hopeful that I will code. I might also just fucking pick it up myself, just pay for it my damn self. But if I can get a code, that's even better. And then, yeah, so I do want to check that stuff out. And then, of course, next month, I'm going to get Diablo 4. I'm going to get Diablo 4. I don't think I'm going to do the stress test for Diablo 4. The slam, the server slam. Come on and jam and welcome to the slam. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be doing the server slam because I kind of just, after playing, that weekend, I'm kind of just like, all right, well, when do you fucking come out, Diablo 4? I don't know if I'll ever stream Diablo 4, but I'm going to play the hell out of Diablo 4. That might be my new Hitman, because I haven't touched Hitman in a while. I got kind of done with the professional mode, the World of Assassination. I think I might be done with the World of Assassination for now. I'll probably come back to it. I mean, it's still on my computer. I haven't uninstalled, but I'm not I'm not like dying to play it. I'm kind of like, oh yeah, I'll go. You know what? I will go back to this because I still enjoy it, but I'm not like missing my time with Hitman. And of course, I've never streamed Hitman because that is a game for me because I'm very bad at it. Lord Crashton says the things making me want to stop playing Redfall on PC is that it's over 100 gigs for a game that doesn't run very well. Yeah, that's taking up a lot of room. That's taking up valuable real estate. That's not free real estate. That's valuable gamer space, and you could be using that for other games that you want to play. So yeah, that makes, to me, Lashbrook, that makes total sense. You'd be like, what if I didn't? All right, so this is gonna go. I did see how this worked. Like, I already built this. It's very funny that I'm like already forgotten how all this goes together, but I have. Where does this go? Go there. Where did this part? The other problem right now is I can't look at it because I'm done with this whole thing. This whole thing got built, so it's not like I can be like, oh, this goes here. Like I now I figured that out, but I can't look at it on the other side because I already built it. All right. But yeah, I have. Look, I didn't have interest in watching Jeff play it and like, occasionally talk about what was going on in it and make some good jokes. Like I was definitely done with it before Jeff was done with it because he wanted to give it a fair shake for one stream, and then it seems like never touch it again, uninstall it. I think he started uninstalling it at the end of the stream while he was still talking to us in chat. Jeff was done. This was brought up by a few different people. I did not invent this thought, but I am stealing it because it's good. That a patch isn't going to fix this. Like, yes, a patch could fix like some of how it runs, right? But a patch can't make the world less lifeless and the shooting feel better. Now, maybe co-op does. Maybe the jank feels more fun in co-op of it. The mess of it feels more fun, perhaps. That's certainly a possibility. Perhaps it is more enjoyable with people. But not everyone plays with a group. I will say this: my crew that plays a bunch of different games, no one has been like, "Are we checking out Redfall?" There was another swell of support for Grounded. A few of my friends played Grounded together and are really liking that. And I'm not a builder, like I'm not, the crafting kind of survival game is not my jam, but I'm definitely more inclined to get into Grounded with friends than I am to get into Redfall with friends. So we'll see. Yeah, Nextlander did a co-op stream with that today. I don't know how that went. But yeah, they'll be up on their YouTube eventually, or the archive of the VOD is still up there. I'll probably wait for the YouTube because I have, if I want to watch the whole thing, I'd rather watch it on YouTube where I have the benefit of not seeing YouTube ads instead of Twitch where I am not a subscriber there because I'm a patron. I find it difficult sometimes to justify doing both. If I watched more Nextlander streams live, it would make a lot more sense for me to give them a sub and also that. But since I don't watch them all the time live, it doesn't make sense to me. Jeff, as a moderator, like I bet people would give me a sub. Although there aren't a lot of gifted subs going on in Jeff land. There's a lot of people subbing, but not a lot of gifted subs. It's not really the part of that community, which is fine. It doesn't have to be, but I have noticed that. But like, to me, not seeing ads while I do my modding job makes a lot of sense for me anyway. All right, so G1 and then G11. Meanwhile, I rarely watch Will Smith, especially because Will lately has been doing just have the stream of the birds and not his other stuff. But I got gifted a sub for a year. Somebody gifted me 12 months. So, like, that's nonsense. I should not have a year gifted sub to any streamer, let alone one that I don't check out their recent content, because their recent content is just, let's look at these fucking birds in a nest. Yeah, I got to do something with that now. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I do pop in with Will. I do get notifications when Will goes live, and I do try to check out what's going on with him, because I am, grateful. I don't want to sound ungrateful. All right, I need A17. A17 is on the other one. That's this one here. That's the gray. That's this gray, not the other gray. It's the dark gray, not the light gray. He needs to do a squirrel bird feeder stream. Yeah, there you go. Branch out. Start getting into other animals. No, I want to watch him play Fortnite. That's more of what I would like to do. I like watching Will stream video games. I'm not saying he has to, but I do like them when he does that. That is enjoyable to me. All right. There. And then we got to do some of these pieces are these are probably the tiniest pieces that I have run into on this, of any of this. It's probably these parts here, but it's not terrible yet. When we have to do the head, there are going to be some small parts of this head, some definite tiny pieces, like the face is, I can't remember what, I think it's maybe C. There are some, I don't know, I don't remember where it is, but there are some tiny parts on this kit. And of course, we're going to do the head. One of the last things we do will be the head, because that's the style of kit here. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of tiny parts that come later. We also are going to start the next stream with the stickers, because it is too late in the night for me to worry about stickers that I don't have replacements for. So if I remember correctly, the legs just have one sticker on each. They're right there, and there, 17 and 10. But they go on like an angle. You can see the side shot here, that they're like on an angle across. And I kind of don't want to do that tired. As again, it's only one sticker on that. But I don't want to fuck it up. So I'm not going to do it right now. We'll start the stream with those. Whoops. Haha, great. I'm going to see Guardians of the Galaxy 3 tomorrow afternoon, since I got to work early tomorrow. Nice! We'll have fun with that. Hope you have a grand old time. I will see that movie eventually. I have no immediate plans to see it in theaters, because I don't have any plans to see any movies in theaters. Tomorrow I'm going to watch a lot of wrestling. I'm going to watch Rampage is on early at 6:30 p.m. So I'm going to watch Rampage from 6:30 to 7, and then dick around. Then watch SmackDown from 8 to 10. And then immediately after SmackDown, watch what is starting, which started like 10 a.m. but really starts at 11. I'll be watching the next Tokujoshi Pro Wrestling show, but I'll watch that tomorrow and on the night of wrestling, so I can watch it with people who are not available. I also don't want to watch it tonight after I stream. Just don't want to do that. So, but that'll be tomorrow. Will be a lot of wrestling. I got some stuff to do during the day. I have to prep for a video I'm making for the next Pat Bear's Anime Club, which comes out on Monday, and I'm recording on Saturday, so I have to get all of that ready to go. And then, of course, I will have to continue to work on this kit, because I got to keep working on these legs. Like, our whole stream was 2 feet, a full leg, and most of another leg. It was a lot of work. And we still have a lot left on this kit, because we got weapons and a shield, and it has to transform, and there's stickers and all kinds of stuff. But that's going to do it for tonight's stream. I want to thank you very much for spending some of your night here with me, your friend Pat, on stream. We are going to raid. That is how we end every stream around here. We're going to go find somebody cool, doing cool shit out there that we want to go hang out with, and we're going to go give them some love. So feel free to come along on this raid. Let's see who's out there doing what. Also, you know what I'm going to do tomorrow? I'm going to clean my computer. I'm going to turn it off and unplug everything, and I'm going to take it to the outside and spray it and clean it all out. That is the plan for tomorrow, because that is necessary. Okay. Will is still streaming bird stuff, so we're not going to go hang out with Will. I know that my buddy Jared is just finishing his stream, so we're not going to do that. Where are we going to go? Who are we going to go hang out with? What are we going to do? I don't know. We're going to go hang out with my buddy Mitch. P2 is online. Mitch is doing some weird, like, effects streams. He's doing some weird, he's doing a weird, like, bonus stream. I'm not quite sure what, right now he's yelling. But I'm not quite sure what Mitch is up to. But I do know that Mitch is great. And so we're going to go hang out with Mitch. So feel free to come along on this raid, because it's going to be good and weird. Let me set this up. Sorry, I got to copy and paste the name. I don't know what's happening, but we're going to go hang out with Mitch. It's going to be fun. What happened here? Raid? There we go. Now we're going to go raid my buddy. My next stream is Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern. 2 nights from tonight. Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern time to 11 p.m. Eastern. Continuing to work on this real grade. We're going to be on this real grade for a little while, which is great. And then we will continue to hang out, talk about anime and video games and wrestling and all kinds of things. Maybe I'll have something else to talk about on Saturday. Who knows? Maybe I'll talk about tomato plants. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for coming along on the raid. Have a great night, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Thank you, VOD. Goodbye.